Sister wives. Why is Christine Brown's daughter relocating across the nation? The Brown family is still dealing with the fallout from their major divorce, and the children are now experiencing those vibrations. Christine Brown disclosed in the most recent Sister Wives episode that her daughter Mykelti is leaving Utah and moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. According to Christine, the move is more about healing than geography. Even the finest mediator can only handle so much mayhem before taking a break. Mykelti has long been the family's unofficial peacemaker, trying to keep everyone together with duct tape and good intentions. Of course, Christine is no stranger to new beginnings. In 2021, she was the first to leave Kody, and shortly after, Janelle and Mary did the same, creating a complex family tree out of one multiple marriage. On paper, Mykelti's move, Tony's chess career, and the children being closer to their cousins may seem sensible, but Christine believes there's more going on here. The separation has taken a toll, particularly on Mykelti's relationship with her father, and as Kody acknowledges, trash talk and damaged trust have made family reunions more difficult than ever. Christine didn't hold back when talking about what she thinks motivated Mykelti's decision to move across the country. Sometimes, putting miles between you and the mess is the only way to breathe again. She emphasized how much her daughter invested in attempts at reconciliation during a confessional portion, explaining that she has become tired of trying to bring the family back together. Years of mediation efforts appear to have had a negative impact, based on the comments. The flashback transported Sister Wives viewers to a pivotal moment in the Brown family's journey, the evening before Christine packed up and left Flagstaff for Utah. Christine also mentioned unresolved feelings her daughter harbors regarding the family situation. Mykelti sat between her parents in the scenario, her shoulders straightened, her voice quiet, and she said what everyone else seemed too scared to say. This was one of the hardest periods their family had ever gone through. The air seemed to be getting tighter. Kody folded his arms and stood opposite her. Mykelti, however, maintained his poise. She was there to remind them that, in spite of the chaos, they were a family, not to pick sides. The fact that Mykelti would soon be beginning again in a different state added to the incident's emotional impact. Kody of Sister Wives later said that he hadn't seen her much lately, blaming it on competing schedules, although it appeared to be more about emotional distance than time constraints. By stating that everything was mostly fine, he attempted to minimize any tensions with his older children, but his tone betrayed a different picture, one in which trust is eroding. He thinks that everyone is partially to blame and that everyone must deal with the fallout. The Brown family from Sister Wives is still adjusting to what normal means after so many changes. Christine has already turned the page. She began a new chapter in her life in October 2023 when she married David Woolley. The family has come a long way since living under one roof, and Mykelti's transfer to Charlotte feels like yet another significant change. Her move demonstrates how the younger generation is making room for themselves and creating lives apart from the plural marriage that used to define everything. For the time being, it seems like everyone from Sister Wives is finding their own beat, even if that means dancing to separate music entirely. However, it's hard to avoid worrying about what distance will accomplish, whether it will calm things down or just exacerbate old scars. Sister Wives airs on Sundays at 10 p.m., and the Brown story has always been harsh, emotional, and true. ET on TLC, with episodes accessible on Max for streaming. But much of Sister Wives has been dominated by the Coyote Pass storyline in recent seasons. But Janelle Brown has revealed something shocking that completely changes what viewers believed they already knew. She disclosed in the October 3rd episode that she was reportedly the only family member that genuinely desired to establish a life on the contentious Arizona property. Following the breakdown of the Brown family's multiple marriage, the land became a flashpoint as Janelle, Mary, Kody, and Robyn fought over their interests, and Christine Brown lost her portion. Over the course of 20 seasons, TLC's reality series chronicled the family's path through polygamy and eventual disintegration. Kody's goal of a single compound, symbolized by Coyote Pass, never came to pass. Rather, the $1.5 million property was just sold, and everyone received an equal share of the revenues. The Browns suffered from misunderstandings and misplaced expectations even before their marriages ended, as Janelle's admission illustrates. Janelle realized early on that the compound would never be built, whereas Robyn found it difficult to let go of her dreams for the land. Understanding why the family's ambitious plan failed is further complicated by the revelation. Janelle wasn't sugarcoating her assessment of who on Sister Wives truly imagined living on Coyote Pass. Her remarks in the most recent episode cast doubt on the claim that Kody's compound vision was shared by the whole family. Janelle described it as a passing notion for others, stating that no one else desired to live out there, even though she could see herself living there. She reviewed the positions of all the family members. Didn't want to live out there, Janelle said of Christine. According to Mary, would have done it if everybody else had done it, implying obedience as opposed to zeal. Janelle also talked about Robyn and Kody's predicament. The couple sold their large 5-bedroom house on 2 acres close by for $1.7 million. Robyn's reaction to leaving Coyote Pass was very different from Janelle's realistic perspective. On Sister Wives, Kody's surviving wife found it very tough to let go. The properties symbolized possibilities that never materialized. In the end, Kody put proper pay for his ex-wives ahead of imposing his initial idea. During a confessional piece, he described the final arrangement. He presented the transaction as a liberating experience for all parties involved on Sister Wives, claiming that it was the best course of action that would benefit all parties. Equal distribution was guaranteed by the solution. Since then, the family has closed this controversial chapter with the $1.5 million sale. Janelle has found her own way after Sister Wives and beyond Coyote Pass. Now, she's making money off of Kody's notorious moniker for his 3 ex-wives. Janelle started selling Sister Witches related goods on her internet store. Each shirt in the collection costs $26 and comes in orange, purple, and black colors. In each design, the name is displayed next to a witch on a broom. The action demonstrates how Janelle is taking back words that were originally intended as criticism and turning them into a business opportunity. But Kody Brown woke up with a mental storm developing just as the sun had risen over Flagstaff. One of his ex-wives had texted him the previous evening with the courteous message, "Hey Kody, can we chat about some of the old investments?" He couldn't take it lightly, though, in typical Kody fashion. He said as he crossed the living room, "Old investments? Or resentments from the past? What is her true desire? My funds?" In the opening scene of this Sister Wives episode, Kody is seated in his office, which is a disorganized area with several financial documents, framed pictures of his multiple families, and a great deal of stress. As he tells the producers, "You know, I've worked hard for everything I have," the camera pans in. And all of a sudden, everyone wants a share. Kody and his ex-wife Christine hook up at a Flagstaff cafe later that day. Kody's jaw is clenched, while Christine appears serene and beautiful, obviously content with her new existence. "Christine," he adds, bending forward, "I just want to be clear. Are you attempting to meddle in my money once more?" Christine blinks in surprise. "I'm not after your money, Kody," she responds, laughing softly. "All I wanted to do was find out how to liquidate the joint account we had for the Coyote Pass property years ago." Calm down. Kody, however, doesn't believe it. "Every time Christine brings up money, I know there's more to it," he says to the camera during his confessional. "Although she claims it's foreclosure, I believe she has something planned." Mary and Janelle both have strong opinions when the news spreads. Kody always believes that someone is pursuing his wallet. Janelle informs the crew, shaking her head. Perhaps he wouldn't be so paranoid if he stopped building fantasy homes and purchasing new trucks. Mary, however, seemed conflicted. She says, "Look, I can see why he's concerned. Divorce is difficult. However, Kody needs to understand that money isn't everything. Sometimes it's simply about letting go." Robyn tries to soothe him at home. She whispers, "Honey, perhaps Christine just wants to make things clear," as she sits next to Kody on their couch. "You shouldn't make snap judgments." Kody rubs his temples and lets out a long sigh. "Robyn, I can't help it. I feel like something pulls me back every time I start to move forward. In terms of money, I have no faith in any of them. However, Robyn is getting impatient. She asserts that you cannot continue to live in constant terror of your ex-wives. They're not planning to harm you. With this paranoia, you're only doing yourself harm. To everyone's amazement, Christine records her meeting with the family lawyer for transparency the following day. She tells the attorney, "I just want to close everything cleanly. No money battles, no drama." Kody appears ashamed when he watches the video on the episode's replay. He says, "Maybe I overreacted," and laughs artificially. "I suppose I still struggle with trust." As Kody continues to navigate his complicated relationships, one thing remains certain. Trust is harder to rebuild than any Coyote Pass dream home. The narrator's voiceover interrupts. Kody strolls through the deserted Coyote Pass parking lot at dusk as the episode comes to a close. "I thought I could build a family empire here," he says, almost to himself, as he surveys the vast landscape. "Now, though, it seems like all I'm doing is protecting the ruins." From an earlier scene, Christine's voice can be heard faintly in the background. "Kody, it was never about the money. It had to do with peace." Fans are left wondering if Kody will ever fully get over his fears, or if his paranoia is the last wife he will never divorce, as the screen goes black and the well-known TLC outro music begins to play. But the drama for the Brown family appeared to go on forever on this bright, perplexing, and hectic June morning in Flagstaff, Arizona. Suki's viral interview, Christine's enigmatic trip abroad, and Kody's surprising online stunt were the three main topics of conversation as TLC cameras resumed filming for a special Sister Wives Summer Chronicles feature. Despite his reputation for being erratic, Kody Brown went above and beyond this time. Suddenly, a bizarre cameo video that Kody had made for a fan named Ashley from Florida was being shared by enthusiasts. Kody was seen in the video carrying a cup of coffee, talking theatrically, and sporting a cowboy hat. He said enigmatically, flipping his curls, "Life's about leadership, loyalty, and hair care. Never let your ex-wives think they've won," he continued. "The alpha never fails to regenerate." In a matter of hours, the video went viral. Social media fans couldn't quit giggling. Some assumed it was a joke, while others suspected Kody was communicating with his ex-partners in secret. Even the producers of TLC were perplexed. During the filming process, Kody defended himself when questioned about it. "I was merely encouraging. People are too serious about anything I say." Janelle, however, didn't believe it. She said, "Oh, please," during her confession. "That man's ego needs a zip code of its own." In her latest Candid podcast episode, Behind the Polygamy Curtain, Sister Wives host Sukanya Krishnan revealed a shocking revelation as the internet was giggling over Kody's antics. Suki alluded in the interview that one of the Brown spouses left the set following a heated dispute that TLC never broadcast during the most recent reunion filming. Suki teasingly said, "Let's just say someone threw a Bible and someone else threw a ring." Immediately, fans started to wonder if it was Kody and Mary, Robyn and Christine. Suki grinned and said, "He tried," in response to a direct question about whether Kody attempted to limit her questions during the tell-all. "We should stop there." She instantly became a hero to the fan community because of her audacity. Kody said nothing, but within a day, #TeamSuki was trending on Twitter. Robyn wasn't, though. She wrote, "People fabricate stories to get attention," in an Instagram post. "All that matters is that we be aware of the reality." Christine, meanwhile, was packing her bags once more in Utah. However, it wasn't for a local getaway this time. For months, Christine had been organizing a spiritual journey across Europe, and her grand expedition began in June 2025. On Instagram, she declared, "It's time to travel after everything I've experienced. Paris, Rome, and a culinary and sun-loving break in Greece." David Woolley, her spouse, was by her side, laughing, "I'm good as long as there's Wi-Fi." Love and support poured into her comment section from fans. Her journey was interpreted by many as a sign of complete liberation and the happy conclusion that viewers had hoped she would discover after years of suffering. However, not everybody was having a party. "I'm happy for her, but part of me still feels like She got to escape while the rest of us stayed behind, Mary acknowledged in her confessional. I just wish she would stop trying to prove how happy she is, Robyn remarked, blotting away her tears. To be honest, it hurts. Kody was sitting by himself on his porch, gazing into the Arizona sunset as the episode came to a close. When his phone buzzed, it was Cameo's notification. He grinned. An additional request, he whispered. This one tells you to make it humorous. He hit the record button. It's Kody Brown, the man, the legend, the misunderstood myth. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, Christine watched her phone light up with texts from her girls while sipping cappuccino at a cafe in Rome. Feeling lighter than she had in years, she grinned. What about Suki? Insiders claim that she was already getting ready for her next interview, which will change everything we thought we knew about the sister wives' family. But the morning in Flagstaff, Arizona, was warm and sunny. Once a place of love, laughter, and mayhem, the Brown family home was now split. Sipping his coffee and gazing off into space, Kody Brown sat on the porch. The silence now pressed against the heart of the once proud polygamist father of 4 wives and 18 children. Each of the sister wives had moved on in their own way following years of grief, separations, and televised drama. However, an unforeseen circumstance was about to reunite them all. Robyn Brown got an enigmatic letter in the mail one afternoon. The penmanship was unsigned, exquisite, and vintage. It said, "There are aspects of your family that you are unaware of. On July 3rd, visit Lehi, Utah. The truth will be exposed." She stopped. The penmanship had an oddly familiar appearance. Robyn contemplated telling Kody, but her curiosity prevailed. Despite their broken ties, she called Mary, Janelle, and Christine within hours. The tension amongst the women started as soon as they heard the news. "Another drama?" Christine said with a sad laugh. "Kody's previous secret is most likely come back to haunt him. Or maybe it's something you left behind, Christine," Mary said icily. Sighing, Janelle said, "Stop it, you two. It might be a significant issue. At the very least, we ought to learn." The 4 sister wives and Kody arrived in Lehi, the starting point, on July 3rd. A ghost of their past, their ancient family home was now dust-covered and deserted. A video projection flared to life as they walked in. On the wall, Kody recognized the face of William Brown, his late father. His recorded voice stated, "If you're seeing this, it means the time has come to reveal the truth. Love was the foundation of your family, but I also broke a commitment." Kody's gaze expanded. "What assurance?" he muttered. William went on. "A 5th woman is there. One that I never mentioned. One of her ancestors is closer to your family than you might imagine, and they are still alive now." There was silence in the room. They felt a cold rush. Robyn let out a gasp. Christine appeared perplexed. Mary's fists clenched. Christian Bigelow showed up at their home a few days later. She asserted that she was William Brown's secret wife's granddaughter. Tall and graceful, she carried an ancient family photo album with images linking her ancestry to Kody's family. Christian stated, "I didn't come here for fame or money. I came because I think it was meant for our families to heal together." Everyone was unnerved by her serene, spiritual presence, but Kody was particularly pulled to her for reasons he couldn't understand. Within the sister wives, rumors immediately proliferated, and some even made their way to the media. Online fans began to wonder if Kody was falling for another lady. The Browns were asked to participate in a special broadcast reunion interview by TLC reporter Suki Krishnan. Instead of clearing the air, it made things more chaotic. Suki asked Christine directly during the live broadcast, "Christine, do you believe that Kody and Christian Bigelow are moving on?" Christine grinned. "Kody never moves on. He simply keeps going back to his own ego." The crowd let out a gasp. "You're still obsessed with me, Christine," Kody yelled. "Admit it." Janelle stepped in and said, "Enough. We are here to discuss the facts, not your personal grievances." Then Robyn revealed something shocking. She whispered, "Christian isn't just some stranger. She is a cousin of mine." The studio fell silent. Kody's shocked reaction was captured on camera. Unexpectedly, the truth was more complicated. Kody secluded himself at home. His notoriety had turned into a liability. His every action was ridiculed by fans on the internet. The sister wives were becoming more powerful without him. He unintentionally confessed his guilt in a strange cameo video he made one evening for a fan. With wild eyes, he remarked in the video, "I tried to build a kingdom. However, I didn't win the queens. Perhaps having more than one was never intended for me." Welcome to my channel, dear viewers. My name is Sabrina, and I hope you're having a great day. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video.